This is actually one of my biggest issues with the people that call themselves leftists or progressive. They don't know. They think they know, but they don't know. I've spent time in the neighborhood. I lived on the bad side of the tracks in Columbus, Georgia for 3 years. I know what it's like. Personally, I liked it. When you step out the door in the neighborhood, it's like jumping in a fast moving river. And depending on how far you're willing to let it go, it could take you anywhere by the end of the day. However, it's highly dangerous and extremely risky. That's the culture of the neighborhood. It's just the way it is. That's why people come up to you and say, I don't care if I live or die. And they mean it. And that's the kind of society that these people are producing by introducing the policies that they have and promote. But they don't have a freaking clue as to what they're doing. They think they're doing good as they're making the world a more dangerous place. After I moved away from the neighborhood, which I had to do because there was no place to raise kids, it was way too freaking dangerous, that there really wasn't a need to revisit it, because sooner or later the neighborhood would find me. And that looks more and more likely every single day. Alright, here's an interesting story. There's this guy who was helping the U.S. in Afghanistan. When we left Afghanistan, he got left behind. And they managed to get him out of Afghanistan and get him to the States. He settled in Philadelphia, I think it was, and decided that Philadelphia was too dangerous. So, not knowing the state of affairs of this country, this guy moves to D.C. and starts driving for Uber. You know what happened to him? He got shot, died. Talk about going from the frying pan being Philadelphia to the fire that is DC. The sad part about all of this, and one of my biggest beefs against Donald Trump, is that this is going to get worse before it gets better. I mean, I understand why it has to be that way, so that people will learn and open their eyes and wake the hell up. But my goodness, how many people have died in the process? More than a few, that's for damn sure. But for every story like that, there's more and more people that wake up. More and more people that decide that it isn't worth following the bullshit that the left has to preach. And it's about to become very prevalent in California, because the sheriff just came out today and said there's a whole list of things like shoplifting and trespassing and a whole bunch of other stuff that people aren't going to be detained for anymore. That means arrested for anymore. That's like telling criminals, people who are out there committing crimes, that it's okay to go on a crime spree. And if you make an announcement like that on TV, just what in the hell do you think is going to happen? This bleeding heart bullshit
has to stop. Because the only thing that happens, and a lot of y'all know this, when you have a bleeding heart, the only thing that happens in the end is somebody pulls your heart out and beats the shit out of you with it. I've had it happen to me, and I'm sure a lot of you have had it happen as well. Well, how much of a whooping are you willing to take before you ain't willing to take it no more? Apparently, at the very least, the people in California are about to find out. Keep your head on a swivel out there. Because not all of you live in the middle of nowhere. And unfortunately, if things are allowed to continue on the path that they've been on, no one, and I mean no one, even someone like me, live in the middle of bum freaking nowhere, is going to be immune from this. And you could very well, just like the guy from Afghanistan, going from the frying pan to the fire.